Hey guys, my name's Thomas Gold. Welcome to my studio here in Berlin. And yeah, I'm a producer and DJ, and I've been in the business for like 15 to 20 years. I've basically remixed everybody, all major dance acts and pop acts. And I've been releasing on labels like X-Tone, Reveal, Protocol, Spinning, Armada, and so on. And today I'm here with FaderPro, and I want to show you how I made my recent track Saints and Sinners. It just came out like 3 weeks ago. And I'm gonna really like take you on a tour from the very beginning of the track until the final version. Okay, so the next session I'm gonna show you is when I had a guitar player coming in to the studio, and he laid down some ideas for the guitar, for the drop. And what we got actually is this here. Let me play all of them together. Hold on. So it's actually a little bit of a melody, and then we have some strums, and I can walk you through the single files. This is one part, playing the guitar chords. And this is the dry file, so there's nothing on there. And then we have the same one. It's just a double, it's like a left and right. So I panned this one to hard left and this one hard right together. That's the one thing. And then we had the power chords for the left side and the right side. And these are processed a little bit. I can show you here what I did. I have the guitar plugin again. So what I did, I actually added a little bit of treble and gave it a little bit of compression, no reverb, no delay, no pitch, no everything, no widening. So it's just a little bit of basic treatment to make them sound a little bit brighter. If you switch them off here. And then we have a lead sound. I think I have to switch this off, yeah. Which actually follows the vocal, which is here. So this is what we got from the guitar player, and it really adds some warmth and some realistic feel to the whole track. That's what I was aiming for, not just like putting together a dance track with samples, but really giving it a real song feeling with the vocal and the guitars and the other stuff. And so what else did I do? We have the strings playing the melody. I just bounced this out to save some CPU, and the same strings playing just an octave lower. And then I have another guitar playing, which is again the Banshee plugin, this one here. And also a little bit of the guitar plugin. It's really cool. You can use it on all the guitars, and it always sounds great. It makes it like warm and wide, and it's just a nice, very nice sound. So all the guitars plus the strings sound like this. Nice section. And then we have the bass, which I now changed into a sub bass. So to only have or to fill up the low end together with the kick. Because this is what you always need for dance tracks. You need a very defined and tight low end, and having a bass sound playing only the subs leaves you room to add other stuff on top of it, but it fills out the low end together with the kick. If something sounds cool, you don't have to EQ like hell until you reach the sound you want to have. I mean, it's the same with generally speaking, with the drum sounds, for example. The drum sounds I pick are mostly all already there. So I think basic like concept of creating a song or a track and is like picking the right samples. If you choose the right samples, it's not much work to do. So you can really get something done quite easily and quite quick with a few samples, and if they fit together. If sometimes you just have a snare drum, for example, and you can do whatever you want. You can EQ it, you compress it, and you try a lot of things. It just doesn't work because it just doesn't fit. And then you try another one, and suddenly everything sounds cool. The same with the kick drum. So my advice is just be careful with what kind of sounds you pick and samples, especially working with samples, because it can speed up the process of your production, and this can be a game changer. If you use the wrong snare or the wrong kick, or even if it's an open hi-hat which doesn't fit to the rest of the song, it can destroy the whole vibe of the track. So I'd rather spend a little bit more time on picking the right samples instead of just trying to make them sound right. And it's the same with sounds. So the sounds that I chose here for this track is very organic. I have a lot of guitars, pianos, and electric organs, or like a real organ, and electric pianos, and and bass sounds which emulate real bass sounds, and it all fits. These all fit kind of nicely together because we are used to hear them in pop production. So it's all about like EQing a little bit, compressing them a little bit, but not like drastically changing. You saw I didn't have too many things like sound changing things on my tracks. It's mostly EQing and compressing and adding some reverb or delay. But because I think everything fits well together here, and the same with the vocal. The way we recorded the vocal and also the voice of the singer fits well. So I think this is pretty important. If you want to create a track, then try to make a decision in the beginning. How will I sound like? What's the vibe gonna be? And how can I achieve this vibe? And then you will do a lot easier than just like putting stuff together and see where you will end up. So this arrangement session is now what I actually took to the vocal recording session, to the writing session. And what I've done was I basically structured the track a little bit, just to give the singer and the songwriter every freedom he needed. And we could do that while we were in the session. So what I basically did is I kind of like made a super rough arrangement of my idea. And the green one here, this is the piano sounds and the synth sounds, and we have the first section. Once again. And then I'm adding a little kick here. And this one here, the blue part, that's actually the B section. And I played this sound with an organ, plus the piano, like an arpeggio and a melody. I did this because I didn't want to have like just a piano track, but I wanted to give the songwriter also an idea of like how I would maybe arrange my track and what kind of instruments I would use. And I was going for this kind of like indie rock vibe, a little bit piano, organs, and then I wanted to have a lot of guitars coming into the track later. And so that was the basic idea I had. And just to show you what I did here, the kick sound is just actually it's just a sample I put in here, and I just copy pasted it to every beat. And then I used for the transition, just as I said, it's very rough, but it gives like a little bit of an idea of how it could sound. Is this sound? An impact with a reverse in the beginning. What I'm basically doing for the mastering channel when I have a compressor on, and I'm always using single compressors. I don't really use multiband. I've seen a lot of guys using multiband compression, but I'm just not like, it's not my type of thing. I'm more like into like, I want to send everything into one like channel and see what the compressor can get out of it and glue everything together. I mean, that's the main thing of a mastering compressor. You want to have this kind of glue, like all the elements go together and they sound like one. So what you basically do is you have a setting for the compressor which is very soft and you don't have a lot of compression going on. And the attack is quite slow. The ratio is maybe something between 2 and 4. I'm using 4 because it's a club track and with a big kick, so we can use that. And the release is like very short. And yeah, we have a bunch of other settings. This you can adapt that to taste. I found my personal favorite setting is like have it all to medium and the new version, the new model here. And yeah. And the threshold of the compressor should be like set that it goes like, you have like between 2 and 4 dBs of compression. And you can see it, or you can actually hear, that's without it. And that's with the compressor on. It kind of like accentuates the pumping character of the track, and it glues everything together a little bit. It's not a lot, but it's a nice. It gives it a very nice sound, and I found that the 2500 compressor does it very well. You also have like you can use hold on, the Cytomics one. The glue is very good for doing this kind of stuff. It's a nice tool, and also I really like to use the Manly. Where is it? Compressor from UAD. Where is it? Here it is. It's a very warm sounding analog style compressor, and it's also very good for compressing vocals. But you can easily use it on the mastering channel. So that's another really nice thing. Yeah, and then I would go either into like this saturation thing, or like you can, for example, what you can do, you can use a little bit of like tape compression. And I just found this one here from UAD as well. Yeah, you see I'm a UAD guy. So this is emulating a tape recorder, but it's very easy to set up. So there's not a lot of control, so you can really get it just sound very quickly. You just have to be sure that it really fits for your track, that it doesn't like destroy your sound. And I often use it for vocals and for synth sound to drive them into saturation without like distorting the sound. But you can also use that for the mastering channel. Then you just have to be sure that it doesn't go too far. Like, for example, let's see. I'm trying to keep the level of the before and after the plugin the same, so you can compare the sound better then. So this is now that actually the listening level is the same. But what you can see if you look here at the meter, when I switch the plugin on, the levels go. They're a little bit lower than they were before, just a little bit. That's because of the tape saturation. So you can also gain a little bit of headroom for the limiter, which is coming after that, and without like changing the sound too much. And it's still gluing together everything. Maybe a little bit less. It depends. I'm not sure about that, but it's just like something you can really use as well. And then we go into some kind of limiter. We could even use, instead of the Fab filter, we could use the like this one here from Waves, the L3. And let's see what we can get a little bit of like gain reduction here. And I'm actually using the profiles here. You can use the basic profile, which doesn't change the sound too much, Or if you want to go a little bit harder, you can do the loud and proud or cozy warm. It depends on you what you like, what kind of sound you like. But I found that this setting is kind of very natural. Give it a little bit less. Okay. Yeah, and then we could, for example, use another limiter as a final limiter. We could use the L2, the Pro L, instead of the AOM which I had before. And then we're looking for like a little bit of attack, release. The setting could be transparent, punchy, whatever. Yeah, maybe one of those two. And then we see what we can do with the level here. And how much we can, how far we can go.
We are saints and we are sinners.
So this could be another mastering chain. You see, I'm using different stuff now, but at the end, it's the same principle, like EQing to sweeten your sound, to make sure you don't have like areas where the frequencies are harsh or yeah, I wanted to show you that one. You can also, like, if you see there's some frequencies just it's sticking out of the mix, you can look at the analyzer. And for example, let's say here's a peak. You can get rid of that peak. So. You can always tweak your mix, and for example, if at the end you have a buildup of like high frequencies, you can get rid of those high frequencies. But I would not recommend to really get too deep into EQing when it comes to the mastering channel. I would rather go back to the single tracks and fix it there instead of in the mastering, because whatever you do to the master channel affects your mix a lot. And even 1 dB of gain reduction or boost affects your whole mix. So I would rather go back to, let's say, the drum section and get rid of any annoying frequencies or harsh frequencies there. The same with the vocal. And then you are way better with your mastering channel, and you can just focus on making the sound more beautiful and just get the best and the perfect thing out of your already good sounding mix.